And the next person that I just adore, and, I'm always looking out for their albums, is Pink. Pink is one of those people who just floors me by the way she sings. She has such a good range, and it's so unique. And, from the beginning, she has, told everyone how she feels, and she's not going to stop anytime soon. And I admire that. I wish I had more of that. There are so many songs that I could list, like Just Like a Pill, So What? There's like so many songs that I love of hers. But in the interest of time, it's hard because there's Barbies, Effin' Perfect, and I just want to talk about all of them just because she gives such a good message, to love yourself, and then also to embrace all the icky parts of ourselves, Just Like a Pill talks about all the back and forth of mental health and just not feeling good. And we can all relate to that at some point, but she also talks about sweet moments and talks about her relationship a lot, which, Carrie Hart, he's a doll, to allow for that. And I say that and I instantly get upset with myself because it's not allowing. It's just being a partner, and knowing that it's her way to get things out. And, they have their own way of working that out, but it's like there's a lot that she put out that has to do with him. And I'm sure maybe at one point it was a point of contention, but they seem to be doing well. So I think it's really awesome and bold, but it says a lot about her because, anyone who's going to be her partner is going to know that she's going to have a big voice, and a big voice is great. It gets a lot of things moving, and she does a lot of advocacy work, and she stands up for a lot of people. And I don't know, I just adore her special that they did. I can't remember, was that during COVID? I don't know. There's like a haze the last 3 years. I can't remember much about times and dates, but to see the side of her tour where you can go behind the curtain, and see the people that work with her, and to really see how genuine she is, and then, how real she is. There's days she wasn't too happy. She was having a hard day, and she just showed it, and to me, we need more of that in the world, is to show the hard bits so that everyone knows that it's not just all peachy for people that are celebrities or have a lot of money. There's still problems, we just think, well, if we reach the top of this peak, life is golden. And it's like, no, it's just endless peaks and valleys. And that's beautiful, but that's the truth. And a lot of people don't show that. And so the message gets warped. But I'm off on a tangent. My favorite Pink song, just because I can't stop singing it whenever I hear it, and I don't know, I think it paired well with the movie. It's Just Like Fire. It was from Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, and it pumps me up. It's another anthem one where you're just like, yes, I can do anything. But I'll just read a little bit. Just like fire, burning up the way, if I can light the world up for just one day, watch this madness, colorful charade. No one can be just like me anyway. Just like magic, I'll be flying free. I'm gonna disappear when they come for me. I kick that ceiling. What you gonna say? No one can be just like me anyway. Just like fire. And people like to laugh at you because they are all the same. See, I would rather we just go our different way than play the game. And no matter the weather, we can do it better. You and me together forever and ever. We don't have to worry about a thing, no. Yeah, I just love the idea of, burning up the way just like fire. So it's like you're paving a new way, like you're lighting the path, and you're not worried about the people that are saying things or that are, trying to hold you down, keep you within a certain box. You're just going to run it. We came here to run it, run it, run it. It's such a good song. And the video is so cool, but I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland freak. Alice in Wonderland is probably my all-time favorite story of life my whole life. That's my all-time favorite story. And so it was so cool when I saw Pink was involved in it in some way, and then she did a bang up job with the song. So that is my favorite Pink song, but I love many of them. And then the next person whom I just think is so delicate and so classical and so just strange in the most beautiful way. Like nothing's ever what you think they're gonna say. Hey, that rhymed. Regina Spektor, ladies and gentlemen. Regina Spektor is someone that I was lucky enough to fall in love with Fidelity, which most people did. But there's just so much of her music that is like she's took pages out of my diary. There's a song called Samson, and it's just so sweet. You are my sweetest downfall. I loved you first. And then like the pictures of what she went through with her first love, I could relate. And I checked. She did write it all. And I've checked ever since that Dave Matthews thing that happened back there. I've been checking. So all of these are written by the people, promise. But yeah, so anyways, that's not my favorite song of hers, but that song to me, when I hear it, I always get transported back to, 19 years old, and it's just beautiful. And then On the Radio is a great song, and but Fidelity is such an awesome song, and I was gonna make it my choice, but then I got reminded because Fidelity, I used to sing it at karaoke, and it was like my first choice so there was this period of time where you had to go and sing the catalog of music. You couldn't bring your own music, and so that Crow's out there. This is day 2 of recording, and he's back. Sorry, just had to point that out, that now it's Thursday and he's still out there crowing away. So anyways, when you first went to karaoke, there was a book. You'd have to choose from the book, and that was it. So I sang a lot of Let's Give 'Em Something to Talk About. I can't even think of the songs that I sang, but it was, kind of cliche for karaoke. And then as soon as you could download your own music, well, it wasn't downloading. You'd had to order the CD. So you could, at first it was, you'd have to go in and use the book. And then second, there was a company, I think it was like Sound Choice. There was a few different ones. And they had stores even. You could go to the store and look at all of them. I got obsessed. I probably have about 500. Yeah, maybe not that many, but I have a lot of karaoke discs, CDs, because I always wanted the song that I was, feeling the most, because then I sing it better. And so, the second step of it was that you could find the song on like a CD of other songs. And so, for the Fidelity one, it was like probably the only song on the CD that I was really into, because it was usually matched with others in the genre, what have you. And so, so I would sing that song Fidelity at karaoke, and people would just be like, what is she singing? Because it has this part where it's like, ha, 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 ha. And it goes over and over and over again. And so it's kind of going up and down the range, and it's so much fun. And it's just really fun to watch people go, whoa, what is that? And then of course they would applaud big because they're like, well, that was different, you know? And so it was so much fun. And then the third step in karaoke is, then you could finally pick the songs you wanted and somebody would make you a disc. That was awesome. So I have a lot of those too, but man, when I get my house that has like an entertainment area, when I get to that stage in life, I am going to have the best karaoke party ever because I have so much music. It's crazy. And I want to kind of download them so then, you know, they stay preserved because some of the, you know, the disc gets scratched and then, you know, that was the CD era and CDs. What a funny thing. You know, if you take them to the bar and somebody spills and then it's just a whole thing. And it was always a karaoke bar. But I totally got off topic. Wow. Anyhow, my favorite Regina Spektor song is called All the Rowboats. And again, this is like a novel in a song. It is literally like someone wrote a whole story and then just was like, you know what? Let me sing this instead. It is the coolest thing. Basically, it's if you walk into a museum and how you feel about what you're seeing. Yeah, like giving the pictures and the artifacts life, like giving them a say. And so it says, all the rowboats in the paintings, they keep trying to row away, and the captain's worried faces stay contorted and staring at the waves. They'll keep hanging in their gold frames for forever, forever and a day. All the rowboats in the oil paintings, they keep trying to row away, row away. And then my other favorite part is where she says, when no one's looking, I touch a sculpture, marble, cold, and soft as satin. But the most special are the most lonely. God, I pity the violins. In glass coffins, they keep coughing. They've forgotten how to sing, I mean, I always think of things in that respect. Like, I think ever since Toy Story came out, I'm like, oh, the toys have a mind. Maybe everything that's inanimate has feelings, you know? And I mean, I don't think that they do. I mean, anything's possible. But it's just really fun to, like, dive into that. And I just, it's kind of melancholy because it's like the violin is trapped in this glass coffin and it's not being forgotten. Like, because she says they've forgotten, well, she says they've forgotten how to sing. And that's true because it's not getting played. And so it's a hard balance of like, so do you keep the violin just, man, that crow. Do you keep the violin in play? You know, will it last? Or is it better if it's special to have it there? But I totally feel like that a lot for so many aspects of life. Like, you know, just anybody who's taken out of commission, like an athlete or what have you, when they hurt themselves and they have to stand on the sideline with their team, like those kinds of feelings of like, oh, you're helpless. You want to do something or be useful and you're just stuck behind this glass coffin. I just love this, but I love when people, like I said, when they look at things as a whole different realm, you know, of possibilities, that these things are in need of being played and that the paintings don't want to be up there anymore. It's so fascinating. She says, first there's lights out, then there's lock up. Masterpieces serving maximum sentences. It's their own fault for being timeless. There's a price to pay and a consequence. All the galleries, the museums, here's your ticket, welcome to the tombs. They're just public mausoleums. The living dead fill every room. I just love how she, paints that picture because it's so true. It's like there's the things that we leave behind are still living, you know? So living dead. It's just one of those really dark and mysterious, but also comical and well written, and the way she sings it. I mean, this girl, just a beautiful girl. I've loved her for quite some time. And now I'm going to jump over to Harry Styles. Harry Styles is someone I never thought that I would be listening to, just because, no offense, I'm not into the boy band thing. I listened to NSYNC a little bit back in the day, mostly because I had a cousin that loved NSYNC. I went to an NSYNC concert, and I do believe Britney was there as their opening act, I think. And I don't remember any of it because my ears hurt so bad from the screaming girls. So, you know, as I get upset about the Taylor Swift concert, it might have been like that too, you know? So maybe there's a reason we're not supposed to go. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to keep coming back to her. I just today they sent me an email and said, you weren't able to get tickets because your card was declined. It was this whole thing that happened because my credit card said unusual activity happened, and so they declined the charge. So I was like 5 seconds away from getting Taylor Swift tickets, but then another thing happened that was out of my control, and I had so much money on that credit card. Anyways, and so they were kind enough, Ticketmaster, to send me an email and say, you have another chance. We saw your card was declined. Call us to get your tickets. And I came at 9:58 a.m. and at 9:57 a.m. was the email. By 9:58, I was on the phone with someone at Ticketmaster, and by 9:59, they told me they had given up my tickets. So it was like the fourth thing that left me in tears. And it sounds silly, but the reason I'm caring so much, like I'm not like that about material stuff, but it's just my mother is so in love with Taylor Swift. Like, it's something that we can bond over, and I don't know, sometimes I think she loves her more than I do, honestly. I mean, and I think she does. I love her. I love Taylor Swift, like, for sure. I completely adore her, and there's so much that I know about her and all of that, but my mom, like, purely loves her music. Like, she doesn't, you know, read up about her or get into all the flashy bits. She just, like, loves her music, and so I wanted to take her, and, you know, because it's like, I don't know if it's once in a lifetime. We don't know what we have time-wise on this earth, and, like, I don't know if she plans to tour again or whatever, and so I was just going through all these hoops, following the carrot, just to try and get, you know, get her those tickets, and it was so devastating today when it was like, here's another chance. Oh, just kidding. You know, it's just, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And I still love Taylor, but for a minute, she's, you know, the aura around her is a little dark, and it's not, well, it is. Yeah, I don't know why I got off on that tangent. I don't really understand. Yeah, weird. But, because, you know, so Harry Styles was in One Direction, and I liked a couple of their songs, and I know they're like, I respect everybody. Like, I'm not like, if I don't like something or listen to something, I don't go, well, that's stupid music. Like, a lot of people do that, and I think anybody who has any type of career, they're doing anything, and, like, even those who aren't, you know, in the forefront of the entertainment circles, you know, anybody who goes and plays every day, there's so many people around the country, around the world, that go and take their art out and put it on display and, like, you know, break their heart open for everyone to hear. And so I have mad respect for anybody, and I don't, you know, I don't get like that. There's just not many, I mean, there's not any that I'm just like, oh God, you know, I'm not going to listen to it maybe. But it's hard for me to say that's bad music because somebody buys it and likes it. So that's good music to them. So to me, I'm not going to say, oh, that's, you know, Anyways, wow. Harry Styles, you bring a lot up. So anyways, Harry Styles is someone that I've listened to ever since he had his album, his solo albums, you know. I really loved, I don't listen to David Bowie that much, like I said, but I really loved his Sign of the Times because it sounded very David Bowie to me. And that seems weird because I don't listen to David Bowie, but it sounded familiar. And so then once I usually like figure it out, and it was very David Bowie, like very raw and real. And when he sings it live, I watched, I haven't gone to see him in concert, but I watched a performance of him singing that, and my goose pimples, you know, it's just like he feels it, and it's just, yeah, and it just seemed timely, you know, because it was timely then, and it's still timely 4, 5, 6, 7 years later. Yeah, but so then what happened was there's few albums, and I've listened to many different songs off of them, and like, I Love You're So Golden, and, Ghosts, and of course, there's the, added, who's he writing these songs about? I don't know. I'm so weird like that. But, yeah, I just love his voice is like butter to me. Like, I just think it's a really cool voice that he has. But his latest album, Harry's House, is to me just one of the best albums of my time, of these generations. The whole album touches my heart, and I was crying a ton listening, and I like I said, I didn't expect it, you know. So it looks like he's had 3 albums. I just wanted to check, but so I've listened to all of them. You know, I listened to all 3 of the albums. They're good. Not every song, but he writes the words, and I just think he's a really cool artist. That Watermelon Sugar, no offense. Again, I don't I'm not big on like referencing like sexual stuff. Like, that's just not for me, but to each their own. Adore You, I love. Falling. Oh my gosh, Falling will break your heart. And then As It Was. Oh, and Treat People with Kindness. But As It Was, there was so much use of that song, you know, and with good reason. I just, the music, and then the video, and then, yeah, it was just unexpected. But my favorite song, sorry, that I took a long time to get here. Sorry, I will be much more concise going forward. But my favorite song of his is called Matilda, and it's from Harry's House. And the reason that I love it is because it's speaking to those who feel guilty a lot, and that's my my little trigger. I feel guilty a lot, but he talks about how you can start a family of your own, you know, because it's like, there's sometimes in family, there's people that you just can't get on with, you know, can't get along with. And if you care about people, it hurts you that you can't make it right, or that you can't show up for people. Like, for me, you could still care about someone and not be able to show up for them. And I know that sounds like, no, then you don't love them. But it's like, if you can't feel comfortable in the space within or around that person, then you can't continue to keep harming yourself by going there, if you know what I mean. Or if they completely put you on edge or whatever, but you can still care about their well-being and, like, you know, want them to have a good life. I don't know. So this song really speaks to that. Let's see. You can let it go. You can throw a party full of everyone you know and not invite your family because they never showed you love. You don't have to be sorry for leaving and growing up. And that's the other part, is that sometimes we feel guilty for growing up, you know, because we're not going to stay with our parents forever. We're not going to stay in that same childlike box, and we're going to grow and move through the world as we wish and as we see fit. And sometimes that's not what, parents will want or see as what's best for you. And that's all, expectation. And that's why it's like my number one thing lately is to figure out expectation and try not to have any of people, of experiences, because you just lead to disappointment, because you should just allow for everything to just be. However it unfolds, whoever that person is, yeah. Matilda, you talk of the pain like it's all right, but I know that you feel like a piece of you is dead inside. You showed me a power that is strong enough to bring sun to the darkest days. It's none of my business, but it's just been on my mind. Yeah, and you can let it go. You can throw a party full of everyone you know. You can start a family who will always show you love. You don't have to be sorry for doing it on your own. It's just a really beautiful song about, accepting yourself and learning to create your own goodness. Like sometimes, like I said, not every piece of the puzzle of your family is quite healthy. And so it's okay. And the guilt part is the hardest. So I love that he spoke to it, because it's not spoken a lot, and he's young. And his fan base is super young. And so it's teaching people to think about that, a little bit, to think about their guilt and shame and not to have so much of it, because that's what's eating the world alive. I mean, if you're self-aware, that's what's eating the world alive. So. And then for number 28, we have Alison Krauss. Alison Krauss is one of those that I ran into, once I got into country music. Her videos would play a bunch, and at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is really country, the fiddle and the violin and electric guitar or steel guitar, the one, so cool. And so I was like, I don't know, but her words, man, her words are so awesome. And so she has a song, Baby, Now That I Found You. And that's super pretty. And then When You Say Nothing at All, yeah, the smile on your face lets me know that you love me. Wait a second, she didn't write that song. See, so I keep finding these little pitfalls in my list here. You're so sure of something. But anyways, she writes a lot of her music. And let me just see. Maybe she didn't even write the one. Oh, I'll be so sad. My favorite song of Alison Krauss is Forget About It. Forget About It is a song that it triggers a lot for me, but I can still sing it. It's just like about a relationship that somebody else wants to forget about, but it's like it was really important to you. And it's like, how can you just forget about it? You know what I mean? Like, how can you just let it go, whatever? But she says it in such a way where it's kind of like sarcastic. So, and it doesn't say who wrote it. My goodness. Well, I sure hope she wrote it. If this one is the one that kills this idea of songwriters, I do apologize. I thought she wrote it. It says artist. I don't know. How do you find out? Okay. So anyways, it's such a cool song the way she sings. Her voice is like, I don't know if you know Vince Gill. It's like really top octave. Like, I don't know. There's probably a really good term for that, and I'm butchering it with my knowledge. I have little knowledge on the terms. But she has such a soft voice and such a high voice, and it's like so soothing. And it just seems so effortless when she sings. It's like she's barely doing anything, you know. But yeah, it doesn't say who wrote it. So annoying. Anyways, here's the song lyrics. Forget about it. I'm admitting I was wrong, and I'll just take what's mine and walk right out the door. Forget about it. I'll split and I'll be gone, and you'll have memories you'll find hard to ignore. 'Cause after all, I'll see you sometime, baby, when I will recall how you drove me crazier. Forget about it. When forever's over, I won't remember how much I loved you anymore. Forget about it. Put me out of your head now that you're free and easy out there on the town. It's so cute. So she's like, forget about it, you know, when you move on with your life. And then she goes into this. Forget about those starlit nights, laying by the fireside, holding you tight. I can't remember when it felt so right, so just forget about it. Right? Like a little play on words, like forget about it. Like giving him no guilt, just go on with your life. But then, you know, forget about all these big moments. It's like, wow, rude. Yeah, I've had that in my life, so I relate. But I don't know if she wrote it. It does say by her, but it doesn't say written by her at the end, at the bottom. That's always suspect to me. So I could be off in this realm here, maybe not knowing, you know, who wrote it. So, but she's worth mentioning. She is the best. Restless. There's so many songs that she has like this haunting way about her love songs, if that makes sense. Like there's this song called New Favorite, and I don't even think there's but like 20 words in the whole song. I don't know. It's like very little words and the most beautiful haunting melody, and it's like you found a new favorite. Like it's good. So, and I've gotten to see her in concert. We saw her with Willie Nelson for my grandma's birthday, and talk about a force and just playing, you know, so many instruments, and then her whole band. I love that sound. So, you know, when I was younger, it was like, that is too twangy or too country. And now I totally appreciate it and totally love it. And speaking of country, one of the best songwriters I think of probably all time is Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley to me is just the most beautiful. See, I use the word beautiful. He writes the most wonderful love songs to his wife. And she is the girl from, what is it called? Father of the Bride. So he got to marry Kimberly Williams. Now she's Kimberly Williams Paisley, and she is so awesome. I have a crush on her. But it's just so neat because he writes such beautiful love songs to her, but then he also writes funny songs. But his way of rhyming words and his storytelling abilities are fantastic. And he talks about so many things. Like he gets real deep, he gets real personal, but he also gets really silly. And he has a lot of fun, but then he shows how much he loves his wife, man. Like, my gosh. To have those love songs written about you, I can't even imagine. What a beautiful, beautiful tribute. And I named my cat Paisley after him, Brad Paisley. We had the name picked out, and we went to the shelter after my other cat, Dobby, had passed away. We waited, I think, about a month, and then I couldn't handle it. I needed to I needed to get another cat. So I thought that was a good name, checked with Paul. He loved it. And then, when we went to the shelter, we looked and that cat was called Paisley. And she was kind of sick and kind of not great. We had to take her to the vet. I walked past her at first because I was like, I don't know if I want to take care of a sick cat right away, you know? And I feel bad about that to this day. But then it was just like, no, her name is Paisley. Like, Dobby put her with us, you know? He was like, okay, just name it Paisley, please. So, because she's a good cat. She's the most empathetic cat that I've ever had. No offense to Dobby. And she's like just so intuitive. If you cry or if you're upset, she comes right over to you and makes sure you're okay. Like, I never, ever had a more empathetic cat. Like, she cares about her people, and it's really, really kind. She's also a pain in the ass, but I love her. So there's so many songs of Brad Paisley's that I adore and love. She's Everything is just the sweetest, most adorable love song, because it's like, she's a yellow pair of running shoes, a holy pair of jeans. She looks great in cheap sunglasses. She looks great in anything. She's I want a piece of chocolate. Take me to a movie. Like, I love songs like that where the item that she loves turns into her, you know? So she's that. It's a really cool descriptive way of like talking about someone with high praise. That's not my favorite, but it's a close second. So I had to bring that one up. But my favorite song is called I Can't Change the World. And the reason why I love this is it's sensitive for me because no one can change the world for you, you know? So like when all the bad things go down and I feel a lot for a lot of things, like this is Paul in a song, if that makes sense. My mister, he can't change the world, but he would like to change my world. You know what I mean? And make it better. And he does. Like, we've had some stuff lately, like just car issues and countless other things. Just countless other things that are very stressful and just so much up in the air, you know, and so much that we want to do and so much that we love to do together. And it's just been kind of one of those times where we're both so stressed that, you know, we can kind of just like abandon each other because it's like, I don't want your stress too, you know, and it's not, we're both on the same page. We both know we just need like to look at our phones and tune out, and like, I don't take it personal, you know, it's just a little rough patch of like too much stress in our brains that like even, that's why we've been playing games and stuff, because then you're doing that and you're not thinking of anything, but you're still having fun together. So we've been thinking of stuff. We made a gingerbread house and, you know, stuff like that. But it's just like, but like, so, you know, for so many people, you can feel so helpless. Like you want to change things for them, but you can't. And so
here's something I found on the web. Hard Life by Eddie Money is a song released on December 31st.
I don't understand what she's doing.
No Control.
Alexa, off. Well, that was funny. She must have heard some kind of question from me. Damn Alexa, always listening to everything I say. Anyways, we would want to change the world of somebody who's going through a hard time, you know? Or if you're watching the global stuff and you get affected by it, like, I wish I could change the world so that you don't feel all that. But we can't. And so what you can do is change that person's world, you know, by brightening up their day with their favorite coffee or, you know, going on a walk with them or whatever. And so that's the vein of this song. A gun goes off in a far-off city. A siren wails right here at home. Sometimes life ain't all that pretty when you're watching it all alone. You build a wall around your feelings, just another heart afraid to break. And you don't want to let me in, 'cause really, what difference can I make? I can't change the world, baby, that's for sure. But if you let me, girl, I can change yours. I bet I can change yours. And it's just such a beautiful love song of like, I want to be there for you. I know this all sucks, but I can change your world. And he does that a lot. He has another song where it's like, to the world, you may be just another girl, but to me, baby, you are the world. And that is so pretty too. He's just amazing. And we got to see him in concert. And as I go through this, I feel like a real spoiled brat, because we do see a lot of these people. I'm very, very lucky. But he is an amazing concert, and we got to see him in Santa Barbara as a benefit for Montecito with the flooding that occurred, and Ellen was there, and it was awesome. And I got to see his wife, like, so close to us, sitting up there, so close. It was amazing. I just love her and him and all of it. So the next person that I just think is a great songwriter is Maggie Rogers. And there's a lot of songs that I've gotten into lately that I didn't even realize were her. Like, I don't know if you guys ever have that happen where you're like, oh, I just love this song. And then you go and look and you're like, oh my gosh, it's her too. So Maggie Rogers, Alaska. There's so many. My brain is so bad at holding on to the titles, but I love Alaska. I like Jewel sang her song Alaska recently. I think she recorded it, and it's different, but it's so cool because Jewel's from Alaska. So it's really cool, but it's so pretty because it's like, I was walking through icy streams that took my breath away, moving slowly through westward water over glacial plains, and I walked off you, and I walked off an old me. And I love that of like, I can just walk you off and I'll walk me off, you know? But that's not my favorite song. My favorite song of Maggie Rogers is Leave the Light On. And it is such an awesome song about leaving hope in your heart for someone. Whenever I hear this song, well, it's so fun to sing. Sometimes that starts my love for it, is it's just fun to sing, but it's like about, just like leaving the light on for someone, and like, you can't be with them, but you're not gonna say you'll never be with them again, So, would you believe me now if I told you I got caught up in a wave, almost gave it away? Would you hear me out if I told you I was terrified for days? Thought I was going to break. Oh, I couldn't stop it. Tried to slow it all down. Crying in the bathroom, had to figure it out. With everyone around me saying, you must be so happy now. But if you keep reaching out, then I'll keep coming back. 'Cause if you're gone for good, then I'm okay with that. If you leave the light on, then I'll leave the light on. And I am finding out there is no other way, that I'm still dancing at the end of the day. If you leave the light on, then I'll leave the light on. Yeah, I think it's really cool because what she's saying is like, if you leave the light on, then I'll leave the light on. Like, if you're open, then I'm open. But then also too, like, she's finding out there's no other way to be dancing at the end of the day unless he leaves the light on, is what I take from it. Maybe I'm taking it wrong, but to me, it's just like an open spirit, And it's not to say that you're open, like if you're spoken for, you're spoken for, but it's just like you're there for people, And like, I don't know, there's certain lights that you just leave on. Do you believe me now that I always had the best intentions, babe? Always wanted to stay. And can you feel me now that I'm vulnerable in oh so many ways, and I'll never change? I couldn't stop it. Tried to figure it out, but everything kept moving and the noise got too loud, with everyone around me saying, you should be so happy now. And so this kind of gets me to think that maybe it had to do with her, like, fame, you know, because everyone around her saying, you should be so happy now. It's like, so, you know, why aren't you happy? And it could be because she didn't have someone special, you know, with her. So I make up a lot of things, but I just love her catalog, and I think you'll love it too. So check out Maggie Rogers, would ya? I mean, you probably already know who she is. So this next artist is someone that I never saw coming. I was watching a show. I love young adult shows still. I act like I'm still 10 years old. No, I still love all the stuff that, like, all the youngins are watching. I probably watched it. To all the boys I've loved before on Netflix. There's like 3 of them, I believe, and they're such good shows. I mean, I think it's shows. I think it's seasons. But you could binge watch them so fast. It's like a movie, or maybe they are movies. No, I think they're movies. I'm so bad. No, they're movies. It's three movies. Yeah. But I think it was the last movie or the second to the last movie. There was a song in there called Moral of the Story. And when I heard it, the melody was amazing. But the lyrics were like, whoa. And it was funny because it's about, the show is about 2 high school kids. And moral of the story is about 2 adults divorcing. And somehow it just worked, you know? It's so funny. But it had a wit and a sense of humor to it. But then it was just such, I don't know, I just really thought the lyrics were awesome. So here we go. So I never really knew you. God, I really tried to. Blindsided, addicted. Felt we could really do this, but really I was foolish. Hindsight, it's obvious. Talking with my lawyer, she said, where'd you find this guy? I said, young people fall in love with the wrong people sometimes. Some mistakes get made and that's all right. That's okay. You can think that you're in love when you're really just in pain. Some mistakes get made. That's all right. That's okay. In the end, it's better for me. That's the moral of the story, babe. I mean, come on. It's so good. And so this little beautiful girl, Ashlyn Wilson, who is Ash, and Phineas, who, you know, Phineas of Billie Eilish brotherdom. He helped her to write that song. And then they've worked on a bunch of things till Forever Falls Apart. But yeah, Ash has become a rotation in my, you know, in my songs. I just love my catalog is what I meant to say. But that song I just told you, I was so smitten with telling you about it that I forgot that's not what I chose as my favorite. So the song is called The Same, and it is from To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but it's like the third one, I think, the final installment. And so she had another song in one, you know? So it's so cool because that I watched her on social media when all that went down with the first song, Moral of the Story, and I just watched her go from, you know, I don't know, thousands of people to millions of people, you know, watching her and listening to her and her excitement. And yeah, and she bears so much in her songs, and she's just different. She's like really fun and vibrant, and I think she'll be around a long time. She's awesome. But the song that I love as my favorite is called The Same, and it's a love song. I think you stole the air out of the room tonight, 'cause I can't catch my breath. When you hold me close and don't let go, I can't fight this feeling in my chest. And it's just so pretty. I love the way you smile, the way you say my name. I think I'll fall apart if you ever go away. Maybe now that you are right here, I found summer in the rain. Oh, I'll always, always feel the same. And I love it because at the end she says, I wish that you were still here while the summer turns to rain. Oh, but nothing stays the same. Now I know nothing stays the same. And so it's like a bittersweet song. And it's one of those things where don't say always, 'cause, you can't guarantee that always. But yeah, it's so cool. I love songs where the title, it's the same. And so then they just change the meaning, So at the beginning, it's always stay the same. And then at the end, nothing stays the same. Yeah, she's a really great artist. You should go check her out. There's some really fun songs. I love so many of her songs. But that's my favorite. And then, going back in time a little bit on our list, Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar is one of these women that came on the TV, in my MTV watching days, that just blew me out of the water. I mean, blew everybody out of the water, I should say. She is so electric. She had so much spunk, so much fire, so much strength. And I don't know, man. She was just a fiery chick. She's just like, you could feel her. So the video that I think of all the time is Love is Battlefield, and the way that she's standing there and the way she's singing, it's just so strong and so pointed, and I adore her. But her voice too, because I think she trained to be an opera singer. I mean, she could have been, because it's wow, very beautiful. And my favorite song of hers is called Don't Walk Away. It's one of those melancholy songs, and it's, but it's so well written, and it's, one of those things where it's just stay, just be here with me and we'll figure this out. So it says, standing in the doorway, forgot to say one thing. You've always had the power to lift my wings. I know I shouldn't need so much, and we could say goodbye. Oh, yes, I am a dreamer. I still see us flying high. And we can start over, darling, it's clear. Love is what brought you here. Don't walk away to see if I follow. Don't walk away, victory's hollow. Been that road, it didn't take us home. Turn around, you won't be alone. Been down that road, it won't take us home. Turn around, you won't be alone. Yeah. It's... she has a wonderful husband who we got to see them on at another fair. Yeah. And Neil Giraldo, and he's so talented and so much fun. He runs out into the audience, and this could be about them. I don't know. But it's just one of those songs where, you just can hear the desperation of someone who wants you to just stay and work it out, because victory's hollow. I like that line, because if you leave, you're alone, And so, I mean, it's never good to stay just not to be alone. I'll give you that. But sometimes, we walk away for stupid reasons. And so this has always been my favorite. I mean, I love Heathcliff and Kathy. I love that. Wuthering Heights, that one is really pretty too. But yeah, she's got a great catalog, and it's so timeless. It holds up. But this one is just my fave. And then we also go back in time to John Cougar Mellencamp. And John Cougar and I share initials. John Cougar Mellencamp, JCM. Jenny Camille McCartney. Yeah, I love this dude. Like, it's like Americana rock, you know? So it's got like a lot of grit to it, and he sounds like he smokes. And it's fine. I don't care. Like, it's funny. It's like, I mean, he's got a great voice. I'm not dogging his voice at all, but it's like a little grittier, you know, like a little, kind of like Bruce Springsteen, you know, just a little grit to it. Like, but I always like the obscure stuff, and this song always gets me up dancing. It's just amazing. But I really like the cool part about this song is the words. You know, it gets you dancing, but the words get you motivated and like, yeah, it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. So here we go. All the leaves are green. All my friends are gone. I'm living in my hometown. I can barely get along. I feel sorry for myself. That's an easy thing to do. Feel sorry for the world. I feel sorry for you. Yes, I'm a pitiful sight. I can't even get one thing right. I know just what it's like to be a rider riding in the rumble seat. Yes, I know just what it's like to be a big-time rider in the rumble seat. Well, I could have a nervous breakdown, but I don't believe in shrinks. I should be drunker than a monkey, but I don't like to drink. Call up some girls, but I'm afraid of the phone. I'm always talking to myself. I guess I'm never alone. Am I the only one that feels this way? So he talks about, like, am I the only one that feels this way? I'd buy myself some stylish clothes, but I sure hate to pay. Like, the rhyming on this is so amazing. And again, I love the back and forth. So, like, you know, where he's like, I should call up some girls, but I'm afraid of the phone. I mean, that's so funny. And then I should have a nervous breakdown, but I don't believe in shrinks. I should be drunker than a monkey, but I don't like to drink. Those back and forth things, they always they weasel into my heart. I love that back and forth. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just like a full picture, you know, of like contradictions. But I love this song because I didn't even know what a rumble seat was, you know, until I learned this song. And I really love the idea of being down on your luck, just feeling so down. Like, he paints such a picture of being down. Like, there's no up here. Like, he's just not doing well. And, yeah. And so at the end, it comes around and makes you feel good, though. It's like, the sun is coming up, just going to bed. I comb my hair with my pillow, still got some dreams left. Tomorrow is a new day, gonna make these dreams come true. I'm gonna believe in myself. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop putting myself down. I'm gonna turn my life around. And he'll be riding high with his feet kicked up in that rumble seat. So he changes it because the rumble seat is outside. It's not covered. And so if there's rain, you know, rocks, dust, bugs, that's, you're getting it. It's like the dog, you know, that doesn't get protected. It's like, you're going to get all the sleet and snow and cold and all of it. And so he's going to embrace it now, the end. And he's going to blow you a kiss and we'll be riding big time in my rumble seat. It's so cool. I love those kind of songs where at the end it flips and you're going to take it in stride and you're going to do okay. But I also love songs that are like, man, stuff sucks. It gives you someone else who's going through the same thing. And I love that. So I better keep on trucking because we're getting long here. But guys, I'm thankful you're still here if you are. So the next one is Coldplay. And Coldplay has had so many songs like Yellow and, oh gosh, Scientist. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I mean, yeah, there's just too many to count. It's I think they're one of my favorite bands of all time, for sure. And I mean, the lead singer, Chris Martin, he just seems like the coolest dude. Like, you know. But there's a song that they have from their Head Full of Dreams album in 2015 that when I heard it, I just cried so much. It was so pretty. It's about like those down moments, you know? Fixing up a car to drive in it again, searching for the water, hoping for the rain. Up and up, up and up. Down upon the canvas, working meal to meal, waiting for a chance to pick your orange field. Up and up, up and up. See a pearl form, a diamond in the rough, see a bird soaring high above the flood. It's in your blood, it's in your blood. Underneath the storm, an umbrella is saying, sitting with the poison takes away the pain. Up and up, up and up. And it's saying, we're gonna get it together, I know. I'm gonna get it together somehow. We're gonna get it together and flower. Lying in the gutter, aiming for the moon, trying to empty out the ocean with a spoon. Up and up. How come people suffer? How come people part? How come people struggle? How come people break your heart? And it's just like talking about all the little pieces of life and how you have to just keep looking up, you know? Just keep looking up. And my reading of this song does not do it justice because it has such a good beat to it, and the way they sing it, it's not so repetitive, you know, because it has the beat and it uplifts, and it's something to, I don't know if you dance to it, but you definitely tap your feet and you feel good. Like, this song always makes me feel good. I know it says some stuff where you're just like, oh, working meal to meal and struggling, this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, you just need love when the going is rough, saying we're going to get it together, I know. And there's another band that I hold tight to Coldplay. Like, I see similarities in their messages and their reach, and that's U2. I mean, U2, I can't even begin to tell you how Beautiful Day, like, got me out of so much depression. And again, that's not my favorite because then I listened to it too much, and so I outplayed it, and now I don't want to ever listen to it again. No, I'm just kidding. It's an amazing, amazing song. I absolutely adore Beautiful Day, and I love so many, With or Without You. Like, I just always think of that Friends episode where they're on a break, you know. Oh, and then I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I mean, come on. But I, am always one to pick different. And I love sometimes you can't make it on your own. And the reason I love this song is because just in the title, it's a true story. It's almost like a reminder to myself that, like, hey, you got people. Don't be so in your head and by yourself. And I love the way Bono sings this song is masterful. And yeah, but it's like, let me find my favorite part. Actually, I'm just going to start at the beginning. Tough. You think you've got the stuff. You're telling me and everyone you're hard enough. You don't have to put up a fight. You don't have to always be right. Let me take some of the punches for you tonight. Listen to me now. I need to let you know you don't have to go it alone. And it's you when I look in the mirror, and it's you when I don't pick up the phone. Sometimes you can't make it on your own. I just really love this song because there's so many relationships too where it's like, you're seeing a lot of what's in them reflected in you. So, like, you can be kind of hypocritical in the way that you have a hardship with someone, might be because the thing that they do that you don't like is actually something that you're trying not to do yourself. So I see a lot of that in this song. I know that we don't talk. I'm sick of it all. Can you hear me when I sing? You're the reason I sing. You're the reason why the opera is in me. And I also heard, I think that he had a hard relationship with his father. I think, don't quote me on this, but I went searching to understand who gave the opera to him. Why is the opera in him? And that's Bono that I'm talking about, Bono. And it said that he had a strained relationship with his dad, but his dad is the reason that he loves opera, So it's just, life's hard, man. Life's tricky. And so I love sometimes you can't make it on your own. I think the whole song, there's different facets to it. I don't think it's about one thing, but I don't know. I didn't write it, So I take it as I take it, and it's for everyone. That's the cool part about songs is when you sit down and listen to what other people think, it's different, and it's so awesome. But in the interest of moving along, Ed Sheeran, another, UK, well, U2 is from Ireland, I think, and Ed Sheeran, is he from Ireland? Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. Yes, so Ed Sheeran. I love him. I think he is so freaking talented. Like, I love the way he could go out in Times Square and just perform all the instruments. He's like the real embodiment of Dick Van Dyke's character in Mary Poppins. Bert. He can actually play all the, when he does all that stuff where he's making the beat and then has it go on I don't know the lingo, the terms, but he creates the beat and then he drops the beat and it just keeps playing in a round, and then he adds his own stuff to it and then he sings to it. That kind of stuff is so it's not computable for me. And I mean, musicians, you guys are amazing. Yeah, because it's just, I don't know how you do it's amazing. But so he really fascinates me but also just blows me away. Because he can just be up there, him and a guitar, and it's fine. That's all it's needed. Literally. When he does all that extra stuff, it's awesome, but he doesn't even need that. It's just, he is sheer talent to me. I watched his story and I was pretty blown away. But the song that is my favorite is actually a collaboration with is it Khaled? Khaled? Oh goodness. Khaled? Oh man, I don't know, you guys. Khaled. I don't know, but I love Beautiful People. Beautiful People, some people take it wrong, I think, and maybe not wrong, but take it how they want to, which they should. But it's just that he's just talking about, he's using beautiful people as those people that are just always put together. They always, have the latest car, the latest gadgets, the latest outfits, the latest makeup, the hair, they're just beautiful people, They work really hard at being beautiful. And so he's using that as a stereotype. So beautiful people, he's using it as that, meaning that when, it could be taken wrong because he's saying that we're not beautiful people. And I mean, him and his wife, they're freaking beautiful. I mean, I don't know who he was writing this about, but, and they wrote it together, but I'm just saying that him and Khaled wrote it together. So, they are beautiful people. He's not saying they're not beautiful. He's just saying that that's not the world that we live in. So he's using that beautiful people as a stereotype for what I just said. And that can be off-putting to some people because it says we are not beautiful. And yeah, you shouldn't call yourself not beautiful, but I don't think that's what he means, So let me read some of it. LA on a Saturday night in the summer, sundown, and they all come out. Lamborghinis and their rented Hummers. The party's on, so they're headed downtown. Everybody's looking for a come-up, and they want to know what you're about. Me in the middle with the one I'm loving. We just trying to figure everything out. We don't fit in well, 'cause we are just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation. You look stunning, dear, so don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. So see, he says, you look stunning, dear, so don't ask that question here. It's my only fear that we become beautiful people. So, I don't know, to me, there's like this thing that can happen is when, like if you watch the first season of The Office, this is a great example, and then you watch the second or third season of The Office, those people look different. I don't care what anyone wants to say. They have had their teeth fixed. They've had their hair cut or dyed or whatever. You know, and some people, of course, look the same because of their character and they have to. But like from season 1 to 2 with Jenna Fisher, she looks more polished. You know, she looks more primped, and you have the means to make yourself look more beautiful. You know, quote unquote beautiful, and so. It's just like this argument lately about the Kardashians. Like, I know it's not a good topic to bring up. It gets heated, but it's just that what they look like, you know, when they started to what they look like now. And it's like, yeah, it's just superficial, you know? And I mean, to each their own. Like, again, I don't care. Like, whatever, it's fine. But it's just not what they used to look like was more natural, you know? And so I think that's what he's playing around with here is like, you know, this is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Because when you start down that road, you end up having to maintain that. You know, it's just like buying the mansion. People forget, oh, you have to take care of it, you know? It's got to be cleaned, and then the outside, and the, you know. So it's like, be careful what you take on, because there's responsibility that comes with those new choices that you made. And so I think that's what he's talking about here, is just like staying natural, staying grounded, and staying, you know, just, I don't like the word real, because I don't think they're not real, just because they do all that, because there's some people that I love dearly that are the most real people, and they're just beautiful. Like they like that world, and that's so fine. It's just in this song, he's just saying that he wants to stay, you know, stay humble and away from the designer clothes, the fashion shows. And, you know, he writes, champagne and rolled up notes, prenups and broken homes, surrounded but still alone. So let's leave this party, because that's not who we are. We are not beautiful. And so it is a hard pill to swallow to say we are not beautiful, because they're beautiful. Come on, that red hair. It's like, yeah, so it's crazy. But I get it. Like once you take in the whole song and you realize it's a stereotype, it makes sense. But it's my favorite song, because that's how I feel, is like, I don't personally want to be in that world, whatever. You know, I'll dip my toe in the pool. Like, it's fun to dress up and do certain things, but it's just personally, that's too much to keep up with. And like, yeah, I'll take my Old Navy clothes and my mishmash of makeup, you know, and my big purchase for a purse is the Disney, what is it called? Oh gosh, I can't remember, but it's like $80 purses, and I got mine from Hot Topic for $34 during the Friday sale, Black Friday. So that's kind of where I'm at. And again, to each their own. I'm not like, and I don't think that's what he's saying either. He's not putting them down. He's just saying that's not who we are. We don't fit in there. Yeah. So love me some Ed Sheeran though. Love all of his catalog. So then we go to Christina Perri. Christina Perri is someone I got to see before one of Jason Mraz's concerts, and I just loved her from the first second I heard her voice. She is so talented, but so unique. And yeah, her Jar of Hearts song, Human, 1,000 Years she did that song 1,000 Years from Twilight, which I've never seen any of those movies or read the books. I'm like the odd one out, but her voice is just butter, like so pretty and so cool. And she writes all these words, and she writes, a little different than others. And that's why there's so many people on my list, because it's just a different way. It's a different way about her. But there are so many songs that she's written that I love. And she talks about stuff that is hard, like Jar of Hearts. I mean, yeah. But my favorite song is called Burning Gold, and it's a fun one. It's a really cool video. If you ever get a chance, it's got a lot of gold in it. But it's such a fun video, and it's just, again, one of those songs that pumps me up, just like empowers me. So it says, looking for an exit in this world of fear, I can see the path that leads away. Mama never left, and Daddy needs me here. I wish the wind would carry a change. Looking through the window to a world of dreams, I can see my future slip away. Honey, you won't get there if you don't believe. I wish the wind would carry a change. I love that. I wish the wind would carry a change. So it's this idea of being stuck again, I feel like that's just such a feeling that we have in so many different ways and so many different points in our lives. But so she says, I'm setting fire to the life that I know. Let's start a fire everywhere that we go. We're starting fires. We're starting fires till our lives are burning gold. Till our lives are burning gold. And so it's just about, going the path, getting out there, doing it. It's just another anthem, and it's about fire. So, there's like a theme here, like Pink's song. But it's such a good song, and she has so many in her catalog. There's like a song about penguins, which makes me laugh. I love her. Christina Perri, you rock. Alanis Morissette is one of these gals who's been in my life for a long time. If I never hear that other song again, though, You Ought to Know. That was like the karaoke song for a long time. Everyone sang it. I was like, no offense, but it's not, I would never, because I've had that experience, like what she's talking about. I've completely gone through that, and that's never how I would react or act. To me, it's too harsh and too forward, and it makes me nervous. But as a songwriter, she can kick some ass. She is amazing. She, is a different, unique beast. Like completely. Like she writes in a way that is completely her own, and she uses a lot of words that I had. Like, I'm not gonna lie, for some of her album Under Rug Swept, I think it was that album, or maybe the one, I don't know, there was an album where I was like getting the dictionary out, and I was like, wait, what does that mean? But my favorite song of hers, of Alanis Morissette's, my favorite song of hers is called Flinch. It's from Under Rug Swept, the 2002 record. But I look at all her covers here listed, and there's so many good songs. Like, there's not any there's not any albums that she's put out that doesn't hold some gems, and there's some songs that I don't care for, like, and it's not, they're still amazing songwriting. It's just like the style is not for me, and that doesn't say anything about her. I'm just saying, like, I don't have like I'd have to cultivate a playlist if I'm listening to her, you know? I can't listen to the whole catalog, just because of my preference. But yeah, so Flinch is a song that, is, you know, again, about relationships. It's about like a big breakup, and then they still have a hold on you. So like if you knew they're in the other room, it would like freak you out, you know, like you get clammy and nervous, and that someone would have that power over you even when they're not in your life anymore. It's just that idea. And yeah, so here we go. What's it been? Over a decade? It still smarts like it was 4 minutes ago. We only influenced each other totally. We only bruised each other even more so. What are you, my blood? You touch me like you are my blood. What are you, my dad? You affect me like you are my dad. How long can a girl be shackled to you? How long before my dignity is reclaimed? How long can a girl stay haunted by you? Soon I'll grow up and I won't even flinch at your name. It's just so cool. But my favorite part is the bridge, I guess. Or I guess it's just the third verse. So here I am, one room away from where I know you're standing. A well-intentioned man told me you just walked in. This man knows not of how this information has affected me, but he knows the color of the car I just drove away in. What are you, my kin? You touch me like you are my kin. What are you, my heir? You affect me like you are my heir. How long can a girl be tortured by you? And how long before my dignity is reclaimed? How long can a girl be haunted by you? Soon I'll grow up and I won't even flinch at your name. I love that little comedy piece where this man knows not how this information has affected me, but he knows the color of the car I just drove away in. It's a little funny way to say that, you know? She's like, I'm out of here. I can't be part of this circus anymore, you know? Like those feelings and just the tension and just, yeah. It's just really interesting how someone goes from a stranger to, you know, a boyfriend, lover, and then back to stranger, but that they can have power over you, you know, and make you feel things is really the weirdest part of life. Like, yeah, memories and all of that. But that song, the way she sings it too, it's so pretty. Another standout is That Particular Time. And yeah, That Particular Time, oh my gosh, that's another one that it was hard to choose between the two, but they're both great. So, and then we're going back in time again to Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac was one of those bands that my parents had on a lot. And picture this green album. I don't know if it was greatest hits or what, but it was so good. Just a bang up album. It had like everything. I feel like it was their greatest hits, but I don't know. It had a song on there called Everywhere, and it like sounds like so multi-faceted. Like, I don't know, there's like so many, it feels like there's so many instruments going on. Like it feels magical. Like when you hear the song, it like, especially if you put on the headphones, it like feels like you're going into like a fantasy, like a, oh, I can't even describe it. It's just so pretty, the music. And then, yeah, and then I just fell in love with the words because it's kind of like a little love song, you know, like, and it's cute because it's like, I just want to be with you everywhere. Like, you know, like to me, like a little kid could have written that line. I want to be with you everywhere. But then when you write this beautiful love song, I don't know, it's just really my favorite. I love so many Fleetwood Mac songs, like Tell Me Lies and, oh my gosh, I can't keep doing this. So, this song goes, can you hear me? Calling out your name. You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. I'll speak a little louder. I'll even shout. You know that I'm proud and I can't get the words out. Oh, I want to be with you everywhere. I want to be with you everywhere. And I just thought about it, and yeah, it's Christy McVie, who wrote, a bunch of them wrote it, but she sings on this one, and she just passed, so a shout out to her. Sweet, sweet lady. She's amazing. But yeah, it's such a sweet little love song, you know? Something's happening to me. My friends say I'm acting peculiarly. Come on, baby. We better make it start. You better make it soon before you break my heart. I want to be with you everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just such, like I said, the music is so great. Okay, so the next band that I adore is Mumford and Sons. My brother was really into them, and once he kind of showed me, you know, who they were and how they write songs. And I mean, their music is so lush with instruments, you know, and it's just really pretty, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And their lyrics are so heartfelt and so passionate and feeling. And my favorite song of theirs is called Woman. And I love the way that they talk about life. I love all the albums, honestly. Like, I know the really popular one was their first one, but Delta is a great album from 2018. But I don't know. And then there was, one album, I think it's called Believe, was a song on it. And they said that was it was their worst album yet or whatever. And it's so hard for me because it's like people are just growing and learning and trying different things. And so if their sound isn't exactly what they've always sounded like, then they get, you know, crapped on. And it's just, I've just loved seeing them, you know, work through all of that and come back with their heads held high as they should be because the critics are just people that didn't do it themselves, you know? So Woman is a song that to me, he sings it and the music is kind of like Dave Matthews-esque, you know, that vibe. Like I could just hear Dave Matthews loving the song. Like I had to check and go, oh my gosh, did Dave Matthews write this? But he did not. But yeah, so this one really has that kind of Dave Matthews vibe. But it's so pretty. It's so sweet. And I don't usually like, you know, when people call you baby, chickie, darling, woman, whatever. But I really do like this Woman, you know, like I'm okay with it. And so he says, woman, caught behind those burning eyes, tangled up in morning white. Do you ever really know? Can you ever really know? Woman, watch her take me by surprise when she lets me call her mine. Do you ever really know? Can you ever really know? And I don't know the loneliness you've known. I don't hear the frosty words echo inside when you're gone again. And then the chorus is so cool. I can't read your mind, though I'm trying all the time. There's something I don't know. I can see it in your eyes. As the night ascends, all will slow again. I am left in awe of the woman I adore. I just love it because it's talking about, you know, the give and takes in love. Like you're caught up with each other, but then, you know, do you ever really know about someone if they're really there with you and for the long haul? Do you ever really know? But then also people can have loneliness even when they're with someone, and there can be frosty words that echo inside, from other relationships, other interactions with people, and you can be gone again, which means like you can get lost in that instead of knowing how much you mean to someone here, you know? And that's why I can't read your mind. I'm trying all the time. There's something I don't know, you know, there's like thoughts that I think both men and women have that they're not always, tangible, you know, from the other person. You can't read someone's mind. You can't figure out what they're going through. And so you just kind of have to be there for them. And he says, "Woman, I never had such a sight burn itself onto my mind. Do you ever really know? Can you ever really know?" And that's so beautiful. Like he's saying that she's so gorgeous that she's burned into his mind, onto his mind too, not into, but onto. So that's like an imprint forever. "But say the sun doesn't shine for you. I hope you learn that that's not true. In time, when you're gone again, just as long again." So, you know, there's like people, and I identified with this so much because it's like me, like I have these down spells, these down moments. And so when I'm gone again, you know, I've been gone and I'm here, but I'm gone because I'm down, you know, and I feel like the sun doesn't shine for me. But he's like, I hope you learn that that's not true. The sun shines for you, you know? So it's just a really sweet look at like a full relationship of like how he's in awe of her, but how she kind of goes away sometimes and how he'll be there. But then he's like, do you ever really know? Can you ever really know? And it's like, he can't know everything that's going on in her mind, and it's okay, you know? But the very last line is, the very last line is, "I am left in awe of the woman I adore." And I love that. It's just a really sweet song, and the way he sings it, it's very passionate and loving. And then number 41, one of my favorite bands, and the person that writes a lot of the lyrics is Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20, but I didn't put him on here by himself. I just put Matchbox 20 because all the songs that I love the most, I mean, I love his stuff by himself, but most of the stuff I love is from Matchbox 20. And the song that just kills me is this song called Leave. And it's from Mad Season, released in 2000. It's just a gorgeous, sad song. It's so sad. And it's really honest. And it's just basically like, I'll just read some of it. It's amazing how you make your face just like a wall, how you take your heart and turn it off, how I turn my head and lose it all. It's unnerving how just one move puts me by myself. There you go, just trusting someone else. Now I know I put us both through hell. I'm not saying there wasn't nothing wrong. I just didn't think you'd ever get tired of me. And I'm not saying we ever had the right to hold on. I just didn't want to let you get away from me. But if that's how it's going to leave, straight out from underneath, then we'll see who's sorry now. And if that's how it's got to stand, when you know you've been depending on the one you're leaving now, the one you're leaving out. Yeah, this song is just mad. He's mad. He's very mad because he says it's amazing how you make your face just like a wall. So like no feeling, unnerving, aggravating. He's just, you know, so upset. He like sounds like they had a relationship like that was strong, and then something else is tempting, you know, because she said, there you go, just trusting someone else. But he also says, now I know I put us both through hell. So who knows what's going on here? They're having a tumultuous relationship, but the reason I love it is because it's like that feeling of just like so deep emotion of like when someone that you love has no emotion for you. That's like the worst pain ever, where their face is like a wall, where they're going off, and you know, that bond you had is clearly broken, and it's just such a lack of trust. I mean, it forms a lack of trust because it's like you trusted so much and you put so much into it, and now they're going. Yeah, a lot of his songs are deep and sad, and yeah, the one you're leaving out. And about, you know, someone that's depended on you, and now they're leaving you. It's like you put all this effort in, and that's the whole thing about love, you know, is like you can put so much in and it could end up just not working out. And so, I love all their songs, though. I love Unwell. 3 a.m. is always a good one. They're just a great band. I got to see them in concert, and I got to see Rob Thomas when he played with Santana. That was amazing. Yeah. Just great singer, like fantastic. And in the vein of bands, this one is a newer one for me in the last 4 or 5 years. I was watching a movie, I think it was with Martin Sheen and Emilio Estevez, and I don't know if it's called The Walk or I don't know what the movie's called. I probably should have looked that up. But it's about this hike that's done, I believe, in Italy, and it's long, and it's, you know, it's just like a hiker's must do, you know, one of those things you must do. It's not all too strenuous. Like, I mean, it's hard, it's long, and it's definitely hard, but, most of it is like flat from what I could tell from the movie. So a lot of older people can go and do it, take part in it, but it's so long. It's like this long stretch. And, it's just a beautiful movie because actually Emilio Estevez is playing the son that had passed away. And I think he had wanted to do this hike and he never got to. And so Martin Sheen is doing it on his behalf. And it's called The Way. Yeah, I just looked it up. It's called The Way, and it's such a beautiful movie. And within the movie, they had a song called The Ends of the Earth. And it was so fitting because he's, you know, they kind of have Emilio Estevez as like, you know, a spirit in Martin Sheen's mind, you know, just somebody who's pushing him along. So I feel like they're out there together, even though it's just Martin Sheen, and he makes a lot of friends, and it's just honestly, it's really uplifting, beautiful movie. It's called The Way, and Lord Huron, their song Ends of the Earth is in that, and it's just so beautiful. Like, and I hate that word. I need a better word. It's unforgettable. The song is unforgettable. And when it comes on now, I always want to go out into nature. And whenever I'm walking or whatever, it's on my playlist, Walk Like You Mean It, because it's just like out there, the ends of the earth. Oh, there's a river that winds on forever. I'm going to see where it leads. Oh, there's a mountain that no man has mounted. I'm going to stand on the peak. Out there's a land that time don't command, wanna be the first to arrive. No time for pondering why I'm a-wanderin', not while we're both still alive. To the ends of the earth would you follow me? There's a world that was meant for our eyes to see. To the ends of the earth would you follow me? Well, if you won't, I must say my goodbyes to thee. Like, oh... It is so beautiful. I love that. I love that imagery, you know, going by the river, standing on the peak, just wandering And then it's a little love song, come with me. Are you going to come? Well, if you're not coming, I'm going by myself. But it's just like, I always think of a big vista looking out, like, with that song, which is funny because you need that song to get up to the vista. It is so inspirational. Believe me, when you're doing a walk or a run, when you have that on, it's not like so, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not a fast paced song, but it has like a little beat, and it just like gets you going. Well, it has a little beat actually in the back, especially at the end when it ends. You hear what was going on in the back. It does kind of have a beat, but it's just not like real loud. It's like a calm song. You could have it on in the background of a party, but then you could, like I said, go on the trail and get inspired. But they have a ton of great songs. Once I tapped into them, I mean, Take Me Back to the Night We Met. Oh, so good. I Want to Be the Man Who Lives Forever. There's so many good songs. And liking them led me to this other band called Need to Breathe. And now I just have all these people in my playlist because Need to Breathe is very similar. They're a little bit more rocky, like they have more rock influence, I think. Because Lord Huron is a little bit like easy listening, pretty much. Yeah, I would say that's pretty. You can put it on the background, nobody's going to be upset. But the Need to Breathe is like, you're going to get pumped up. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little step up. Like, there's some songs that are easy listening, but they have more rock to them, And yeah, I just love, they have these songs about like your innocence and like holding on to your inner child. And, yeah, I adore their catalog. And the one that I like the most is Where the Money Is. And it's kind of funny because I always picture like bank robbers from like the 20s, I don't know, Bonnie and Clyde. Like when I'm listening to this song, it's like I'm always envisioning this like funny scene of like people robbing a bank. I don't know. And it's not really about that at all. I mean, I don't know what it's about. It's kind of all over the place, but it says, we started out, we were welcomed in, we had enough when we needed it. Grip all you saw in a sea of shame, run down your dream and then lose your place. I'm falling back up and feeling good. Your opportunity struck just like you thought it would. Don't want to know where the money is. Don't want to know where the money is. It's just a tragedy trying to take its toll again. Don't want to know where the money is. And I think it's so great because it's like money just gets such a hold on people, And so it's like, yeah, you have you have all the money that you were looking for. Don't tell me where it is, These days are easy, they come to life. These colors brighten, they are all mine. I want to move in, a lover's march. My only grief is when we spend these days apart. Don't want to know where the money is. Don't want to know where the money is. It's just a tragedy trying to take a toll again. Don't want to know where the money is. And then bury your hopes and let the wise man's daughter carry us down to where the walls don't speak. Bury my worries in the deep black water, bury them down and take the weight off me. And they kind of repeat that over and over again. And it does, I don't know, it just sounds like old timey to me. But yeah, it's like, it's if you don't know, it can't cause you any harm. If you don't know where the money is, you're not going to try and steal it. You're not going to try and be greedy. And the person has it, and it's, yeah, I just always think about like those movies with like Bonnie and Clyde, or like even those, Westerns where they all rob the bank and then one person tries to steal it in the middle of the night, and it's like, I don't want to know where it is, I don't want to know. So that's my favorite. I don't know when that song comes on and the end, cause they repeat that, what I that part I read, they repeat it and it gains momentum, and it just gets you like all going, all riled up. And I just love the meaning, because I money is always a sore subject, like especially right now with our car issues and stuff. It's like, ugh, freaking money, you can never have enough. And so I just always like this song, because I don't want to know where the money is. Like, if I never had to deal with money, I would be the happiest person. Honestly, I hate money. That's the one thing I will say that I hate. I hate money. I wish we could go back to like, here's an ear of corn. What will you give me for this? Like, get rid of all this stuff around me. It's like we get so used to stuff. And anyways, I love that song. And the other song that I thought was funny to put right next to it is Cyndi Lauper. I have such memories of 3, 4, 5 and Cyndi Lauper. When I was 3, 4, and 5, like the ages, there was a trip that we went to Mexico, and my dad had the tape in the Jeep. And it was this album. It was She's So Unusual, 1983. And I remember it. So this could very well be my first choice of music, as a kid, because I was like, put that, I want to hear that again. But Girls Just Want to Have Fun, of course. And When You Were Mine. Oh my gosh, there's so many. All Through the Night. True Colors. I really love her. And of course, I picked a song that she didn't write, but I'm so tired at this point that it's okay. I know she writes, so it's fine. When she was starting out, she didn't write this, and it goes with the last song. It's called Money Changes Everything. And I think it's so funny because it's like a story of the sadness of life, to where you're trying to find someone with money, and like, that's never been me for real. Like, that is not, I'm so glad I wasn't born in the times when you're just looking for a husband that has the name, and you get married to the family because it's just what's prim and proper. And I love all those books and I love all the stories, but I'm so glad that wasn't me. I would not do well with that. I don't know many people that do well with that. But anyways, Money Changes Everything made me laugh when I was a kid, because I had already figured out that she's just not gonna go with them because of the money. So it's so funny. She said, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm leaving you tonight. I found someone new. He's waiting in the car outside." "Ah, honey, how could you do it? We swore each other everlasting love." She said, "Well, I know, but when we did, there was one thing we weren't really thinking of, and that's money. Money changes everything." I said, money changes everything. We think we know what we're doing. That don't mean a thing. It's all in the past now. Money changes everything. They shake your hand and they smile and they buy you a drink. They say, "We'll be your friends. We'll stick with you till the end." But everybody's only looking out for themselves. And you say, "Well, who can you trust?" I'll tell you, it's just nobody else's money. Money changes everything. And it's just, the way she sings it too is so spunky. That whole album, is just a classic album. It's just great stuff. And yeah, and this song, I just always would just giggle, because it's like, what? Who would do that? But it's so true. Now that I'm an adult and I look at this song, I see it in a whole different lens. It's like, people definitely are about money, and it's sad because it's not who we are. It's what we're, shown and brought up, or, yeah, there's just different ways to move through the world. And sometimes it's scary to do it my way, where I'm not worried about money. I just have as much as I can to have fun, And then sometimes we don't do stuff because, money's tight or whatever. And people think that's sad, or it's, it's, looked down upon or what have you. And I think that struggling with money helps you to appreciate it. But I don't know. My whole thing is I've never ever cared about money. Like what I'm saying is, like, if we got to dinner and I had enough money to pay for everybody, which doesn't happen much, I would pay for everyone, and I wouldn't ask for the money back later unless I absolutely needed it. But most of the time, like, there's certain things that I'll just do because I'm just not tight with money. But like I said, I don't always have the money to buy everybody dinner because I do lots of little things, that maybe aren't smart or what have you. I wouldn't call myself smart with money for sure, but I think that I do appreciate every single thing I've ever been bestowed, every single dollar, every single nickel, every little thing that comes into my life. If it's money or people's time or whatever, I just see it all as blessings, and I don't know. Like, the only time I'm tight with money is if I have to survive, Yeah, I don't know. But I need to get moving here. So my number 45, Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks is a legend to me because I remember the phenomenon when he came on the scene so rip roaring. Like, when he came on the scene, he just, like, he got people that never listened to country music to listen to country music. Like, I remember going to people's parties and being like, wait, you have Garth Brooks on here? That's crazy. Like, I thought you liked this and this. And oh yeah, but I love Garth Brooks. And it was like this whole different, like, love of that songwriting. But then his fun, like that song, I Got Friends in Low Places. I mean, that was genius. Like, it was so funny. And so, he really did a number on the country doors being opened. You know what I mean? Like, he really had a hand in that. And so, yeah, and his energy and his flair, and he actually, a lot of people don't know, that he got a lot of his inspiration from Chris Ledoux. And Chris Ledoux is someone that my mister just adores. And unfortunately, his life was cut short because of cancer. But in his time, he made some major dents on the country world, and he was so great, so energetic, like all that stuff that Garth does on the stage. He did it and then some. He was so fiery and passionate, and such cute songs. There's a song that I always think of, Paul and I, For Your Love, Chris Ledoux. That's like, I feel like Paul would say those things to me. And so, and then it's kind of like a country version of To Make You Feel My Love. It really is. But anyways, Garth Brooks was very inspired by Chris Ledoux. And Garth Brooks, there's a song called The River. There's just like so many songs. And like, I would dance in the garage to the Garth Brooks CDs that I had. But I always got his CDs. I always did. I just adored him. And I loved his stuff from, the 2000s too. And then he did that whole Chris Gaines thing, and people were mad at him, but I loved all that. I just think he's awesome. And then it's just so funny that he ended up married to Trisha Yearwood, because I could have seen that coming a mile away. Like, I wish they would have got together sooner. No offense to his ex-wife. That sounds mean. But I'm just, because she wanted to have kids and stuff, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's just really sweet. Like, you could have seen the chemistry. She was in all his songs, and she was amazing with him, and I love it. But the song that like touches me the most, that I just love, is called You Move Me. And it's just another love song, But the thing I like about it is, when somebody moves you, it's like they shift you, you know what I mean? Like, your whole world is moving. And it's such a beautiful sentiment of, like, of emotion. Like, you move me emotionally, but like, people can be completely moved by other people in so many different ways. It's just so encompassing, and I loved this song. This is how it seems to me. Life is only therapy, real expensive and no guarantee. So I lie here on the couch with my heart hanging out, frozen solid with fear, like a rock in the ground. Woman, you move me. You give me courage I didn't know I had. You move me. I can't go with you and stay where I am. See, that's what I mean, is you can't go with someone and stay where you are. So you're like physically moving. You know what I mean? Like, you're moving forward in life. Oh, I can't go with you and stay where I am. So you move me. This is how love was to me. I could look and not see, going through the motions, not knowing what they mean. I'm sorry, going through the emotions, not knowing what they mean. And it scared me so much that I just wouldn't budge. I might have stayed there forever if not for your touch. But you move me out of myself and into the fire. You move me. Now I'm burning with love and with hope and desire. How you move me. You go whistling in the dark, making light of it, and I follow with my heart, laughing all the way. I mean, I don't think there's much to dissect. It's just the most beautiful little love song. And yeah. But yeah, he's an artist. He's an amazing, amazing guy. And I loved his little documentary too. These stories, it's just really interesting to see, like, there's so much we don't get privy to. We don't get to see the behind the scenes stuff. And so when they have that on film and stuff, it's so amazing. And another band I love is Little Big Town. This is a country band, and I did get to see them. I saw them before Martina McBride at the fair. They were missing a member because she was pregnant, but they are the harmony queens and kings. They can harmonize so fantastically, just so beautiful. Beautiful. God, I hate that word right now. But no, you know what I mean. It's just so, they're really amazing at harmonizing. And they did Life in a Northern Town with Sugarland, and all those people together singing that. The best thing, you should just Google that real quick, because I love Life in a Northern Town. Oh my gosh. It's such a weird song. If anyone can figure out the meaning of that completely, I feel like I did a deep dive on that, and I still don't really understand what they're talking about, but Little Big Town, they have so many songs like Better Man, which was written by Taylor Swift, so that wasn't them, but they write their songs. Rich Man right now, and then oh my gosh, there's just so many. Like, they have fun songs too, like On the Pontoon. That was a huge hit. And then Tornado. Oh my gosh. There's just so many songs. They're just, I like the Happy People. Happy People is such a good song. That probably would have been my favorite, except I love to be brooding and controversial. Problem Child is the one I chose, and they all wrote it. I see all their names. Yay. They, this song just is how I felt a lot of my existence. I was going to say childhood, and I'm like, I didn't really feel like this in my childhood as much as just, I don't know, from anybody and everybody. Sometimes you just feel really misunderstood and on the outside, and they sing this so beautifully. Ugh, there's that word again. They sing this so effortlessly, and it's just magical. But it's, you ever wake up out of one of those dreams where you open your mouth, but they can't hear you scream? You carry around an invisible heart. Misunderstood, they don't know who you are. Are you the black sheep? Have you been lonely? Out on the outside, you're not the only one. What's your problem, child? And then it's just like, what's your problem, child? You send up a signal, you send up a prayer. Does anyone notice? Does anyone care? Wildflower growing through the cracks in the street, a beauty unfolding that nobody sees. Are you the black sheep? Have you been lonely? And I don't know, we all have moments when you feel like the black sheep, like no one gets you, nobody's understanding you, you're the one on the outside, everybody's ganging up against you. And it always feels like, what's your problem, child? Like, I don't know, like there's been a lot of times where it feels like, what's your problem? Like everybody else is doing it exactly how it's supposed to be done, but you're the one with the problem. And it's just like everyone else gets to do exactly as they want, so why is my way wrong, That kind of thing. I just think it's a really beautiful song for anyone, because then it helps them, to feel feel less alone. Trying to wrap this up here. So number 47, we have Gwen Stefani. Miss Gwen Stefani has had a bunch of amazing songs from her solo stuff, I really think. Catchy, but deep, and I think she writes a great song. My favorite album of hers was This Is What the Truth Feels Like. And I read that it was released in 2016, and my jaw hit the ground, because that feels like it was just a minute ago. Like, so her and Blake Shelton, because she wrote a bunch of that about him. You see, I always know the back stuff. They seem like they just got together, and so it's been 6 years. Isn't that crazy? I mean, just nuts. But that particular album, my mom and I bonded over because there's so many funny songs on there. She's funny, Red Flag, and yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that was like just so much fun to sing. But the song that I really love, and I think it's so well written, is Rare. And there's a couple artists who have that song title, Rare. And I like most of them, because I think it's neat when you call somebody rare, or call yourself rare. Like, unique is such a special thing, and I think when you find something that's different from what you're used to, rare is like, I don't know, it seems like a nice way to say it, like you're, like a rare diamond, or it's so rare. You rarely see that. And so, yeah, she says, you're a sapphire, you're a rolling stone, you're a sparkle in a deep black hole. You're like moonshine when the curtains close. You're my answer, and I can't believe it that you even exist. I would be dumb to give perfection up, but can I accept it, that this is so precious? I would be dumb to give perfection up. You're rare, and I'm loving every second of it. You're rare, and only a stupid girl would let it go. So it's like, realizing that this comes along once in a lifetime, and so you're not going to give it up. And yeah, you're so good and you don't even know it. You're so good and you don't even know you're rare. And that's the best, right? When someone doesn't even know what they're holding within them. It makes it so much more attractive, because they're humble and they're awesome. Yeah, I love Gwen Stefani. I think she's one of the coolest chicks, man. Used to Love You. That song had me on the floor, not gonna lie. Make Me Like You, Where Would I Be, Red Flag though, and Naughty. Red Flag and Naughty. If you just want to laugh, and I'm not saying it in a mean way, like she's in on the joke, and it's just like no song you ever heard. That's all. Yeah. And then Jan Arden. So Jan Arden is this songwriter that came along and broke my heart wide open. Yeah, I just love her way with words and the stories. Like I say, it's a little different. It's like there's a song Good Mother that she has, and it's just a little like some of the lyrics. It's like, wait, I wouldn't have said that, but it works, you know? It's like just a little quirky, you know, a little her. So she sang a song called Insensitive. And I'm getting annoyed with myself because she didn't write this. Dang it. I hope she wrote Good Mother. But she has songs like Unloved, Could I Be Your Girl, You Don't Know Me. I know she didn't write that. That's an old song. But You Don't Know Me from My Best Friend's Wedding. She sang that. And I love that. You Don't Know Me. I mean, I think Willie Nelson sang it. And it's really good. But like Good Mother, it's just funny because it's like cardboard masks of all the people I've been thrown out with all the rusted, tangled, dented, goddamn miseries, you know? And it's like, whoa, I wouldn't say that. But then when you dissect that, it's like, dang, yeah, I get it because you wear masks, you know? Okay, she wrote Good Mother. So she writes. So I picked, my favorite song of hers is like the cliche, I love Good Mother. I do. And I love a lot of her songs. But the cliche one that a lot of people love because it just hits you so hard. Unfortunately, she didn't write it. But the way she sings it, you feel like she wrote it, okay? It's just this song, you know, because there's all these people that, I've had them in my life and most people. Like, just someone who doesn't feel like you feel, and like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just when it's hurting your feelings, it's so hard. So yeah. So the part that I always get torn up in is, how do you numb your skin after the warmest touch? How do you slow your blood after the body rush? How do you free your soul after you've found a friend? How do you teach your heart it's a crime to fall in love again? You probably won't remember me. It's probably ancient history. I'm one of the chosen few who went ahead and fell for you. I'm out of vogue. I'm out of touch. I fell too fast and I feel too much. I thought that you might have some advice to give on how to be insensitive. I love this because it's like, you don't really want advice on how to be insensitive, you know? There's another song that Reba sings where it's like she's asking for advice, how to tell someone goodbye, I think. And it's like, how do you tell someone you're letting go? I wish that I could tell you. You know, it's like that play on words. And so I love the insensitive one where it's like, I thought you might have some advice to give on how to be insensitive. It's like, because you're being insensitive, you know? It's like a different way to say that. And then like, you know, how do you cool your lips after a summer's kiss? And how do you turn your eyes from the romantic glare? How do you block the sound of a voice you know anywhere? You know, these people in life that you've come in contact with who you share so much, and they say that they're invested in you and that they would know you if they were blindfolded, they could hear your voice or your laugh or whatever, these things that people say, and then it's just gone, you know? That's why empty promises, man. I can't stand empty promises. Like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever be okay with anyone saying I'll always or I'll never, because my intention is forever, but we don't have to say it because we don't want empty promises. We don't want, life is life. And like, yeah, I just got so hurt. So hurt, obviously. But yeah, Jan Arden's songs, and the way she sings too is like raw and real. And like you could, like that song, Insensitive, you could feel her pain, man. You could just feel it. And then on to A Happier Girl. She sings a lot of things that are sad too. I mean, I love the sad. Lisa Loeb. Lisa Loeb is one of those people that have come in and out of my life back and forth. So there's some albums where I was like, not for me. And then she'd put out a new album and I'd be like, oh my goodness, like I do. You can't hear me, but I do. And, Stay was a good song. And yeah, and then there's The Underdog. There's just so many songs that she's written that really are well written, fun, upbeat. And then there's some real like sad ones too. And she's quirky in a good way. Like she's like the Zooey Deschanel of that style of music. Like she has the glasses and the cool outfits and the bangs, I believe. And she had like a dating show that I used to watch. I think it was on MTV. I don't know, VH1 maybe. And I was pulling for her, man. But it's hard. She's had a hard time with the love stuff. Hopefully I'm sending her good vibes. Hopefully she's happy. Whatever situation she's in, just be happy, But I just remember it being like a big deal. She wanted to go on dates and I watched it. It was good television. And she's so cute. Like, come on, girl crush. But the song that I love the most is not anything that probably anyone's heard unless they're really into her because it wasn't released. It's from her album Firecracker in 1997. And it's like one of those songs that you go to when you need a boost and like a credence, something to come back to what's true. And, yeah, she's just really, really sweet and positive. Like her rendition of Life is Like a Bowl of Cherries is the best thing you'll ever hear. You should go listen to it. I love it. Life is like a bowl of cherries. Don't take it serious. Life's too mysterious. But the way she sings it, you guys, go listen. So Wishing Heart. No teacher to follow, no prophet to tell me how, but I know what I want. I know what I want now. Like water it rushes, it's the last thing you see when you close your eyes. It's the one place you want to be. But if it doesn't brush my shoulder and it doesn't beat my heart, that's not what I want. No, that's not where I will start. I never kissed somebody so that they would break my heart. That's not what I want. If you don't know what you're missing 'cause you don't know where to start, follow your wishing heart. I was restless, I was restless, I was restless, I was restless. I just want this to be good. I just want this to be good. But you don't understand me, and I want to be understood. But if it doesn't brush my shoulder and it doesn't beat my heart, that's not what I want. No, that's not where I will start. I never kissed somebody so that they would break my heart. That's not what I want. If we all leap before we crawl, we might fall. And it's not always candy spun from head to heart. And it's not always meant to be. And it's not always up to me. I think it's such a cute song. And actually, as I have gone back to it right here and listened to it again, like it's more in the vein of, love and like what you should do in love. But I always just take it as follow your wishing heart, like in anything, like, because when you're wishing and dreaming and hoping and in that space, you're open to anything, like, like anything's possible when you're open like that. And And like, if it doesn't beat your heart too, like, what's the point? You got to have that beat going in your heart. And yeah. And if you don't know what you're missing because you don't know where to start, follow your wishing heart. I just think that's such good advice. Like 3 sentences. And you got some good advice, because when you follow your heart, nothing can go wrong. All right, so you guys, I'm to the end. So, Miss Shakira is my number 50. Shakira is one of my favorite songwriters because she's just so, her concepts and like underneath your clothes, whenever, wherever, I don't know. It's just fresh to me. It was so fresh when she came on the scene. It was just like, whoa, who is this? You know, so fresh and so exciting and so herself, you know? It was like, yeah, it was called Laundry Service in 2001. And that album, I don't even know if I have my copy of that anymore. I probably killed that, that album. I listened to it so much because it was so amazing how she wrote. Like, it was just different. And I was like re-inspired, you know, because like Objection 2. Oh my gosh. My mom used to sing that at karaoke, and I hope she sings it again. It's so good. And you can, you know, dance to it. Oh my gosh. But so here's the list for the first album. Objection, Underneath Your Clothes, Whenever, Wherever, Rules, The One, Ready for the Good Times, Fool, Eyes Like Yours, Poem to a Horse. I mean, there's like at least 6 or 7 that were like hits, you know what I mean? It's so good. And Ready for the Good Times. Oh. Anyway, so my favorite comes from a later album. Not too much later, but I really loved Oral Fixation Volume 2. I don't know if there was a volume. I guess there was a Volume 1. I don't know. I should know. Like I said, I'm so bad at keeping track, you know, of all the albums and the names and the things. So I just know that when I look this up, it says Volume 2. So whatever that means. But this was a song that I found for karaoke, and it turned a lot of heads and made people's like eyebrows go, what is she singing? But I was so hurt, you know, by so many boys, man. And no, not so many boys. My goodness. What am I trying to say about myself? But, it was just that this scenario had played out. That's all I'll say. And so the song was funny because whenever it didn't match me, like if it didn't make sense that I would be singing such a song or whatever, like, so here, the thing I'm trying to say is, she's almost 6 feet tall. She must think I'm a flea. Well, I'm a 6 foot tall person. And so I was like, well, I can't sing that. They're going to laugh because I'm 6 feet tall. And they can see I'm like towering over everybody in this bar singing karaoke. And so I would change it up and say, she's almost 10 feet tall. She must think I'm a flea. Just because it was easier to sing that, you know? But it was so fun to sing this song because it was, I don't know, it was titillating. It was, yeah, I don't know. It was a little risque, I guess. But the lyrics are so cool. And the way she sings it. She's got the kind of look that defies gravity. She's the greatest cook. And she's fat-free, 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 fat-free. She's been to private school, and she speaks perfect French. Oh, she's got the perfect friends. Oh, isn't she so cool? She practices Tai Chi. She'd never lose her nerve. Oh, she's more than you deserve. She's just far better than me. Hey, So don't bother. I won't die of deception. I promise you won't ever see me cry. Don't bother. I'll be fine. But she's waiting. The ring you gave to her will lose its shine. So don't bother. Be unkind. So I love it because it's like a guy who's trying to like maybe be nice, or try to make it a little bit better, that he's now with somebody else and like, oh, let's just have niceties and go back to being cool with each other. And it's like, don't bother, be unkind, And then the risque part was, I'm sure she doesn't know how to touch you like I would. Oh, I beat her at that one good. Don't you think so? She's almost 6 feet tall. She must think I'm a flea. But I'm really a cat, you see. And it's not my last life at all. It's just so cute song. Like, honestly, don't bother. I won't die of deception. Promise you won't ever see me cry. Don't feel sorry. Don't bother. I'll be fine. But she's waiting. That ring you gave to her will lose its shine. So don't bother, be unkind. And then in the middle, the best part was she kind of whispered something. And so you got to be like, kind of like Marilyn Monroe, like that voice that's like sexy cute. For you, I'd give up all I own and move to a communist country. If you came with me, of course. And I'd file my nails so they don't hurt you and lose those pounds and learn about football if it made you stay. But you won't. No, you won't. So you get to play with stuff, but it was so funny. It was so cute. Just the concepts in this middle part, I'd give up all I own and move to a communist country. If you came with me, of course. File my nails so they won't hurt you and lose those pounds. Learn about football. I don't know. It's just so funny. It's just a really good song about like a breakup song. It's just like, getting over a breakup song. Like the way she sings it, you get really angry. And so it was really therapeutic for me to sing that. Like really. And I sang it a lot because it was so much fun. You just take on a whole new persona. That's what I love about music. As I wrap this up, I love Shakira, so I think you know that. But as I wrap this up, I will say that music, the reason I love music is that you can put different hats on. You can sing and you can dance, and then there's all kinds of different kinds of songs. You can be happy, you can get angry, you can be crazy, you can you can shout, you can have some funny songs. It completely runs the gamut. You can do so many things with music. You can feel so many things with music, and I have enjoyed talking about my favorite music. I cannot believe this is so long, and I probably should have put it in a couple different parts, so I might have to do that, but we'll see. If it'll just let me upload it, I'll just go for it, because it was just something fun to do. I absolutely adore music, obviously, and I could talk about it endlessly, and I got some of the stuff wrong, so my list isn't as clean as I had hoped. I didn't realize some people didn't write their own music, so forgive me, would you? Yeah, so we're good. So I appreciate you coming and listening, and I hope that gives you some insight into some music. I'm going to look and see if I can't come up with a playlist and share it in case anybody likes, this mix. It is a big mix. It's very eclectic, if I do say so myself. And if it's not, please tell me. Maybe I'm not as eclectic as I thought. I don't have any like Aerosmith in there. But see, I listen to all that too. Like when I put on a big mix, like I listen to all kinds, like rock and my mister, he's really into Styx. I love Styx. And there's a lot of bands that he listens to that I like, AC/DC. But these are just what I would run to. Like I would run to all of these songs. So while I was going back and listening to the podcast and kind of listening to make sure it sounded good, I realized that I messed up on a few important details. So I'm going to do a fact check. So on Dax Shepard's podcast, he does a fact check where he corrects himself. And so that's basically what I'm doing. The concert where I said I went to see NSYNC, Britney Spears was not anywhere near that concert. So she didn't open for them. I think she was before them. It was Pink and Cisco that opened for them. But it was just like I told you, there was so much screaming that I don't even remember because it was so many girls screaming. So that's what happened. So, and I can't believe I saw Pink. I went back and looked at it online, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I saw Pink, and I didn't even enjoy it because it was mayhem. And the other fact is the song that Bono sings, Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own, is about his father, and he wrote it after he passed in 2001, and he sang it at his funeral. So, not to bum everybody out, but it's pretty beautiful. It's a tribute to him. And then the movie The Way, I got that completely wrong. So, the song Ends of the Earth by Lord Huron was actually from a movie called Walk in the Woods with Robert Redford and Nick Nolte. So I don't know why I thought it was from The Way. The Way is about the Camino de Santiago from Spain, not Italy. And it's relatively short, but there's lots of ascents and descents. So I had that every which way wrong. So I just wanted to clear that all up. Both movies are really good. I would choose The Way over Walk in the Woods, but I liked both of them. So, and the song is only in Walk in the Woods. All right. Thank you. Yeah. I hope you have some music that is your lighthouse that you can go to and feel rejuvenated and find solace in and take comfort, because we all need it. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a happy new year. Wishing you the best holiday possible and, prosperity, good health in the new year. And we'll see you back here on the 13th of January in 2023. Wow. Take care. Stay you. This podcast was written and recorded by Jenny Camille. The song that you hear at the beginning and the end is called Halogen by Neon Beach. We'll let the geek in the pink take a stab at it. If you like the way I'm thinking, baby, wink at it. I may be skinny at times, but I'm fat full of rhymes. Pass me a mic and I'ma grab at it. Isn't it delicious, crazy way that I'm kissing? Cause baby, listen to this. Don't wanna miss it while it's hitting. Sometimes you gotta fit in to get in. Don't ever quit so soon, I'm gonna let you in. But see, I don't care what you might think about me. You can vibe without me if you want. I could be the one to take you home. Baby, I could rock the night alone. If we never get down, it wouldn't be a letdown. But sugar, don't forget what you already know, that I could be the one to turn you out. We could be the talk across the town. Don't judge it by the color, confuse it for another. You might regret what you let slip away. Like the geek in the pink, yeah. I'm the geek in the pink, yeah. Well, this relationship fodder don't mean to bother nobody, but Cupid's automatic must have fired multiple shots at her. Because she falls in love too often, that's what's the matter. At least I'm talking about to keep my pattern of flattery. And she was staring through the door frame and eyeing me down like already a bad boyfriend. Well, she can get her toys out of the drawer then, 'cause I ain't coming home. I don't need that attention. See, I don't care what you might think about me. You'll get by without me if you want. I could be the one to take you home. Baby, we could rock the night alone. If we never get down, it shouldn't be a letdown. With sugar, don't forget what you already know. I could be the one to turn you out. You could be the talk across the town. Don't judge it by the color, confuse it for another. You might regret what you let slip away. Hey baby, look at me go, from zero to hero. Take it from a geek like me. I can save you from unoriginal dum-dums who wouldn't care if you complete them or not. So what, I got a short attention span, a Coke in my hand, because I'd rather have the afternoon, relax and understand. My hip-hop and the flip-flops, well, it don't stop for the light rock. I shot to mock you, kinda puts me in a tight spot. The hype is nothing more than hoo-ha, so I'm developing a language and I'm calling it my own. So take a peek into the speaker and you'll see what I mean, that on the other side the grass is greener. I don't care what you might think about me. You'll get by without me if you want. That's all I got.